Hello everyone, Sheree here and Happy New Year. I know I'm going to be working on some Christmas pages today, but that is because I just ran out of time in the lead up to Christmas. So now that all the festivities are over, I'm going to continue working on my December daily. So I know in my day 1 and 2 video I said I'll be back soon with another video, but I'm sorry, it just didn't happen. However, I'm going to be working on it now. So today I wanted to share with you my days 3, 4 and 5 in my December album. I'm working on this page, day 3, which is on the back of day 2, which was a large photo printed out. So I've done another large photo, just backed it onto that original photo, and this is all about our little guinea pigs. It's the first Christmas we've had them at our place, and of course they had to join in with the festivities as well. So Madison, my daughter, she got this cute little reindeer bed for them. They also had little antlers and Santa hats, which are super adorable. So I've pretty much done most of this because it is such a simple spread. All I did with this one is add a little fa la la acetate piece on the bottom here, which I believe was Heidi Swap from last year. Well, I got it last year. So I just stapled that to the bottom. I've got a Felicity Jane gold foil number at the top there and 2 little chipboard stars, which I think were also in a Heidi Swap kit as well. So over on this other side, I've just got their photos. This one here is a little ho 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 glittered piece, which I think was from the Fa La La collection from crepe paper last year, and I've just stitched that onto the plain white card and added another little gold star to the side there. So that one is basically done and can slip into that pocket. And for the journaling, I've printed that out and cut it to a 3x4 size so that it'll fit into the pocket, and just cut it into a little tag shape. And I've just stitched right around the outside edge of that. So I think with this one, all I'm going to do is add the date to the very bottom. Again, just keeping it really simple. And then I'm going to add some ribbon to the top. I just haven't done that just yet because on the other side I've already planned out what I'm doing on this side. So what I'm going to do is back these 2 pieces together. Now day 4 was all about Madison's orientation day for high school, so I just made this card up using the Felicity Jane digital files down here with these little row of houses. I sort of figured they could pass for a school, so I did that, just added my own Year 7 orientation day wording at the top there, and again just printed it out to that 3x4 size and cut the top edges to make it into a tag shape. So what I might do is actually go and add a bit of stitching to this card as well. Then I'm going to back them, and I'm going to punch a hole at the top here to add my ribbon. So I might go and put you on fast forward for all of that and then continue on with the next 2 days as well. Alright, so I'll get into it and be back in a moment. Okay, so I've stitched around the outside of that tag, so now I can go ahead and stick these back to back. So I've just stuck down the very top of the tag first, then I can go ahead and remove the rest of those backing pieces and stick it down. Next I'm going to use this new punch I've got, and Kerri Bradford introduced us to this on Instagram a little while ago. It's called a slot badge punch, which I purchased from Amazon, and it's so perfect for adding ribbon to the tops of tags, especially the wider ribbon like this one, so you don't get that bunching. It keeps it nice and flat, so I love that. I think I'll be using that punch quite a bit. So that page is now done and I can move on to day 4. So obviously that first card is now done, that tag. I've already got the number 4 on the front of the page protector on top of the photo there, and that was using the Felicity Jane Kate glitter foam alphabet, so that's what that number 4 is from. Now I'm just working on this top right card, and it's like a little collage of die cuts from the Fa La La crepe paper range from 2017. I think I said before it was last year, but obviously with the new year I can't say that anymore. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, I think. Alright, so I've got the backing paper there. That spotty paper is from Felicity Jane, and I've just added some twine to the very top of that tag piece just to add a little bit more texture. And I've got one of those little gold confetti stars that I'm just going to glue just onto the side of that joy banner there. So for the journaling, I've printed that out using my computer and the typo font, and I'm backing that with some Fa La La pink pattern paper. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on this now. It's from the Felicity Jane Lola stamp set, and it says remember this. So I'm just going to stamp that using some Stays On ink. Do a little test first, which looks pretty good. So I'll go directly onto the card now. And then I'm going to add the date down the very bottom, and I'm using the Felicity Jane roller date stamp for this one. Alright, so I'm going to go and add some stitching to that journaling card and to the joy card as well, because I do love to stitch on my projects. So I've just added a little row of stitching there on that joy banner and across the top of that journaling as well. So those pieces can now go back into the page protector, and day 4 is done. Now I can move on to day 5. So this one, I'm going to have a couple of flip ups on this card, on this page, but first I'm just using that Felicity Jane card there with the buffalo check. That's from the Felicity Jane Holly kit, and I've added a Felicity Jane gold foil number just to the middle of that card, and that one is done. So next I'm doing this flip up. Now this pink card, somebody shared this on Instagram as, I think it was going to be like a screen wallpaper. They were giving it for free. I cannot remember who was offering this, so if you can remember, please let me know, because it's so cute. It's a quote from one of my favourite Christmas movies, Elf, about singing loud for all to hear, which I thought was perfect because this page is all about Madison's very last primary school Christmas concert. So what I'm going to do is just stitch around the journaling card that I've already printed out using my computer, and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on that as well. I'm using the Holly stamp set that says "Oh what fun," so I'm just using that stamp just at the very top of the journaling. So again, just doing a little test stamp, and I'm using Stays On ink as well. So that's up the top there. I'm going to add the date down the bottom because there is a little bit of gap down the bottom there. So that's now done, and now I can work on this little flip up that I want to do. So I've just put it upside down on top of my photo, and I'm using some washi just to stick those two together. Now I'm doing this before I put the pink one on top so that you don't actually see the washi tape on top of the pink card that I'm going to use. So you can see it when you open it up. I'm putting another piece just across the top of the photo and at the bottom of the journaling there, just to give it a bit more strength on that join. Just trimming that down on the sides. Make sure I've got it the right way around, and now I'm going to use double-sided tape all the way around the back of that pink card, and then I'm going to stick that down on the very top. So it will cover up the washi at the top of that blank piece you can see there. And I'm doing that because I'm going to create another flip up on the main photo at the bottom of the page, and I'm planning on putting some washi across the top of that, so I didn't want too many pieces of washi showing on this page. So I'm just trimming off the excess bit down the bottom there. I think, yeah, I did add a gold star to that card as well. So there we go, I've got my little flip up there now, and I'm contemplating putting a little tab on the side of that, but I think I'll be doing that a little bit later. I hadn't quite decided what I wanted to use at this stage. So now I've got the 6x4 photo that's going in the bottom pocket, and I've cut some vellum so it's a little bit taller than the photo, and I'm using my scoreboard just to score a line down there so that I can fold it so that that flap goes in behind the photo. So now you can see the photo's completely covered by the vellum, and I'm just going to put a strip of double-sided tape on the back of the photo, and then I can attach the vellum at the back there. Alright, so there I've got my little flip up, and I decided this is where I wanted to have the washi showing because it was quite dark along the very top of that photo. So I'm just adding some washi there now. I'll just fold over any excess across to the back. Alright, trim off those edges. And now I've got this gold glitter star, which I just cut from some glittered cardstock using a star punch. And then I've got this little line of text here, and this is from Kerri Bradford Studio. And it came as a file that's got lots of fun Christmas sayings. So I thought this was perfect because what they sang at the Christmas concert was Silent Night. So I thought that was the perfect thing to go on top of that photo. So I'm putting these things back into their pockets now. I'm quite happy with how that's looking. So I'll stick that one in there too. And this is where I'm going to decide what to use for a little turning tab on the side of that card. So I decided to use some Ellie Edwards stamps, and I've gone with the sayings gather together and love this season. So I've got one of those Avery L index tabs there, and I'm just stamping those two sayings on that little bit of cardboard that goes inside. So I've got gather together on one side and love this season on the other. So I'll just pop that inside, and I can then stick that on the side of that pink card, and that just gives people something to grab onto when they want to look underneath, and it also gives the indication that there's more to look at as well. So just sticking that down, and then day number 5 is complete. So please let me know if you've got any questions about the pages I've shared today. I'll be back again to show you the next few pages very shortly. Just giving you a look now what they look like in the album at the moment, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with this project. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'll leave you with some close-up photos at the end here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.